Tatiana Noazi. I go to Northern Burlington County Regional Middle School. That's in Burlington. My school is in hybrid, but I am fully remote.
My name's Adeze Nene. I go to Fairfield Township School, which is in Fairfield, and I'm in hybrid. No, not hybrid. I'm doing full remote, and my school is remote too.
My name is Dominic Talarico. I am from Woodruff School, and I am in 8th grade. My school is in Upper Deerfield Township, New Jersey. My school is currently hybrid, and we're in online, and we go 4 days online, and on Friday is a makeup day virtual.
Hello, my name is Isabel Kiefer from Morris River Township Elementary School in Port Norris. We have the option to stay fully remote, or you can go in every day of the week right now.
Hi, my name is Cynthia DeVay. I go to William Davies Middle School in Atlantic County, and my school has the option to stay either hybrid or virtual, and I'm hybrid.
The hardest part for me was getting into a routine. I was really used to going into school and being with my friends in my clubs, and then I suddenly couldn't. So it was hard getting my routine and being with like my family and my sister at home. So that was really hard.
I would say the hardest thing about this year was probably finding the motivation to actually do my work. Obviously, it's very important to do your work, but I found it very difficult to actually have fun and do my work because there was limited teacher interaction and limited social interaction, and some assignments might have been harder than others. It was difficult to kind of find a healthy balance between actually being in school and being virtual.
So the hardest adjustment for me was not doing the activities I used to do in the school, like Space Patrol, Student Council. I helped out with the bookshop and like little decorating the school and stuff like that. And I stopped doing that. And I felt myself getting lazier, procrastinating more. So that was hard.
My greatest adjustment was having masks on during in school, and we couldn't actually speak with my peers and my teachers, and it was hard to hear them and really listen into the lesson.
I actually have gotten positive things that come out of this whole experience, like getting better grades. My grades have improved, which is kind of surprising because I've heard like other students like they've been having a hard time like learning and stuff like that, and I've been doing pretty good. And yeah, so
I'd say that one of the positives I can take from this is that I was getting my work done at my own pace, and I usually like getting my work done as soon as I receive it. And it was really nice that I could get it done real quick and then have nothing to do for the rest of the week. And also the fact that when we were in school, or when I'm currently in school, when you're absent, you can do the work that your absent work online and not have and be with everybody else in the class.
I feel like during staying at home all this time, I feel like I just developed new hobbies and found more things I could do from home, which I hadn't originally discovered because I would get bored a lot. But now I found like a new sport to play and new hobbies.
The positive thing that came out of this is probably the realization that I can adjust depending on the situations, because obviously it was we didn't have much time to really prepare from going in person all week to going virtual, and it was definitely a rough transition, but I realized that I can do it and I can thrive in that atmosphere.
Pretty much I've went through this, like what everybody has said. I picked up a new hobby, my grades have gotten better and such, but I also learned kind of not to sell myself short. I got a lot more responsibility, which doesn't sound like a good thing, but for me it really was. I learned that like I'm not a kid anymore, not a little kid anymore, and I can handle whatever gets thrown at me, whether it's at home or it's at school. So I feel like I grew up a little bit during this time and this experience.
think my classmates, they adjusted pretty well as so was I, because when I'm on the phone with them and I'm talking to them and we're doing the assignments together or we're doing them on Zoom, we're always doing it at the same pace. We're always getting our work done, and I feel as if that they are both, well, all my friends are caught up with me.
I can't speak for everyone. Everyone has their own experiences. They might have lost a loved one. A lot of things could have happened to them in the past 2 years. Some people that I've seen in classes, they kind of seem like they are off a little bit, like they haven't been their best or they're not their best when they're at home.
My classmates, from what I've noticed, they're having a hard time finding motivation to finish their assignments. And I think they feel like their assignments are kind of piling up on them because there's they don't really have the energy and the motivation to log on to class because it's definitely an adjustment, and they definitely learn better in person. But then having to go online, they haven't really been feeling like they have the capability to do the work, or maybe not even the capability, but like they don't have the stamina or the energy to complete their assignments.
I feel like my classmates had a lot of trouble adjusting to online because many of them relied on our teachers being able to individually help us. But since we've moved online, it feels like they're too scared to email the teachers to get help. But I'm really unsure why, because if you need help, you need to get help with the assignments.
So my close friends that I stay in touch with, they've said that they've been having a pretty okay experience as far as schoolwork and stuff like that. I did do a survey and I asked a couple students that I don't really know like that. And they've said it's really like environment type of things, like, bigger families, so there's more responsibilities, like you have to watch over siblings and things like that. So it's not necessarily the school work that would be a problem. It's really the environment.
My language arts teacher has been really helpful during this. This is my 4th year actually having her. And whenever someone needs help, she's always really quick to respond to her emails. It seems like she'll get back to you in a minute or two. And she gives really clear instructions, so you don't really have to ask many questions. But when you do, she always is ready to answer them.
I know there's one teacher that's really stood out because I think they're all actually really great. They've all responded to their emails very quickly, and they're always aware of the chat and answering questions as much as they can, and like trying to interact with students from like their mic and stuff. And it's definitely not easy for them to stare at blank screens all day, but they really try and make the best of it.
I'm really happy to say that all my teachers have been awesome, very supportive, positive. The school that I go to, we're like a family, very tight knit. So that definitely helped, like as far as understanding and things like that from what we're coming from, and like we'll even have talks about how are you doing, simple questions like that are nice to be asked, to show that you really care.
My 7th grade teachers were all pretty awesome because I had already known them. Going middle of the year, you get to know some of your teachers, they get to know you. Going into 8th grade, none of my teachers were rude or anything, but in the beginning it kind of felt like, this was just their job. Like it wasn't like it wasn't like they were like just doing a job. We weren't like their personal kids, which I understand. And then as I got to know my teachers and they got to know us, it was like, okay, you're not treating us like a bunch of little kids. You're treating us like we're 14, 13-year-olds just trying to get through this class this year. And that was definitely helpful for me personally. And I'm sure that was helpful for a lot of other kids.
The teacher that stood out the most would have to be my language arts teacher. He was there. He was there answering every email, and he had these set of videos that helped me learn the lesson. And he did that for everybody in the class, not just me. And he helped everybody learn the lesson properly and helped and help them become really good. And when we come in school, everybody is always answering each question well, and you can tell everybody was learned well from him.
So, like I said earlier, my procrastination has been hard to deal with because I do procrastinate a bit, a lot. So, I think knowing my teachers knowing that would probably get a better understanding of like maybe why I'm not turning in assignments as they should be turned in. And yeah.
At Morris River, it's actually a preschool through 8th grade, so most of the kids there know each other pretty well, or we're like always seeing each other because it's a fairly small school. And in high school, I feel like the teachers probably understand that students come from different places, but it'd be difficult to adjust from knowing like everyone to maybe only seeing one person in common throughout the entire day.
My what I want my transition for high school would be is that what I want my high school teachers to know is that I would I consider myself very responsible, and I get my work done, but what the only thing I want them to know is that I like getting my work done at my own pace, and if I know like when an assignment is being given, then I can do it to the best of my ability and get it done.
I definitely want my high school teachers to know that I'm a pretty realistic person, which means I want realistic deadlines, realistic work. I want to be pushed to the best of my ability, and I want to be treated like a high schooler and like a 9th grader. I don't want to be babied, but I don't want too much expected of me. I don't want to be underestimated. I don't want to be overestimated either. I want this to be a realistic and fun experience for me. Hopefully we can be somewhat in school next year and have that high school experience. But I just want my teachers to know that, we're together and that I'm here to put the hard work in.
I would like my teachers to know that I'm actually very hardworking and I'm very responsible, but I would do like clear instructions. And I do have questions, and I like to ask my questions, and I'd like, not to be answered like 2 days after I ask my question. So I would put in the effort as long as I met, part of the way there.
I want to go to college, and then I would like to become a behavioral analyst for the FBI. I think it's really interesting, we want to catch the bad guys, but why just catch them? Why don't you study them and figure out why do they do what they do? And maybe we can prevent certain things from happening in the future.
Future goals are to be high school to further my understanding of all my STEM skills, and with the hopes of finding my future path in life or down the road.
So as far as high school goes, of course, I would like to thrive and be my greatest. College, the same. As far as career, I would like to be a dermatologist. I'm really into skincare. You always see me talking about like skin scrubs and like facial masks and all that stuff. So it's really fun thing to talk about, and I would, of course, like that as a career, have fun in my career.
Well, obviously, I would like to go to college, and I can see myself in the medical field. I'm thinking as of right now, an oncologist surgeon. But of course, that could definitely change to a different specialty, but definitely in the medical field.
As of right now, I really just want to go to college for aerospace engineering. I've always enjoyed like space and building stuff, so I feel like it would just be a good choice for me. And I don't know, space just interests me in discovering stuff.